I am Kostas, the guy who releases the CB2 microcomputer as a kit. And I say as a kit because the original project has been released by Georg Wolfram in his website, and it's available as open source, and so is mine. And we have yes, Georg is a very nice guy and very helpful, and we had quite a lot of conversation in the past about the computer and the different issues about it. And eventually I have decided to release this computer, the CB2 microcomputer, in a kit form because I wanted people to enjoy this microcomputer just as much as I do. And I thought that since I like this microcomputer so much, there are maybe other people that would like to have it, and I decided to release it as a kit, the CB2 microcomputer kit, so that it would be more easy for them to have this computer. The first thing you have to do when you receive your kit, you have to visit the official website of the kit, which is cb2.qrp.gr, and you'll see this page that has all the information you need in order to build the computer and find the different things about it. And the first thing you want to do is to click on this red button here, which is the building guide of how to assemble your CB2 micro. So if you click on it, there is an index here of the different sections in this page, and this kind of index is followed in many different pages around the website. For example, the software page. And what you need to do is to go through this procedure here. Here is the schematic of the computer, the PCB for it, a big picture which will be helpful to you when you build your computer, and here is a components list. And this is in the order that you would normally solder the different components onto the PCB. And if you notice, there is a little checkbox here, so this is helpful when you solder a component to just mark it there, check this box, and to ensure that this component this reminds you basically that you have soldered this component, because there are quite a few components here, so you don't want to miss any one of these. And for the resistors, for example, you have the pictorial view here with the different color brands in order to solder the correct resistors in the correct places. And also many pictures here of the other components. So what you want to do, if you want to skip all this, for example, is to go to the components list and start by soldering each component onto the PCB. And you have here a pictorial view of how this component can be soldered onto the PCB. There are some special things like the USB connector, and this procedure of how to solder the USB connector, you have here, of course, some soldering instructions for correct soldering for the people that don't know how to solder well and want to build the kit, and different examples here about a good soldering joint or a bad one. And here you have the assembly procedure, and this is what you want to follow. You have your PCB here, and with steps you solder one component, each component to the PCB. And notice the little dot here in the microprocessor and microcontroller, I should say. Okay, and here is how you solder this, and it's similar for all the other components. And for the USB connector, you have to take care about the procedure of soldering it, because it's quite tiny. So make sure you read the instructions in this page correctly. So if you follow the instructions, you would have your kit ready, and then you do an initial power up and the different connections that you have to do on your TV. go on, I should mention a few things about the website, and the general idea is that you have here these different options at the bottom. Here's the building guide. Here's the user manual, which basically, again with an index at the top of the page, explains you how to operate the computer and the different aspects about the operation of this computer. And if we go back, here's the basic manual, which is again with an index here, very useful index about the different things about the basic running on this microcomputer. It explains everything you need to know about the basic to program this computer with examples in its part. And here's the more technical manual. Ordinary you would not want to. Here's the original board by Joerg, by the way, and it's translated in English. And normally you would not want to see many things about it. It's here's the Joerg's hardware, the initial, which I have corrected some errors on it too. But apart from that, it has many useful technical information that you would want to see about the computer. But basically, as an ordinary user, as a normal user, you would want to mess with all these things unless you're developing further the CB2 micro, the firmware for it. Here are some general info. Here is our message board currently. Here is our YouTube channel, and here are our programs and applications for this computer. So if you click again games and applications, for example, there's a list here again with all the games, and here, for example, the games and the different applications in sections, and you can copy the code from these boxes and paste it to your terminal program to load it into the microcomputer. We'll see it later on how you can do it. And finally, here's the list of extensions. If you go to the extensions, collection of extensions, it's the whole page. And again, with an index here, you can navigate to the different extension for this computer. And there are many extensions created by Joerg, by me, and by other people that already own this computer. And these are really very interesting. And I suggest you have a look at this page to see what this computer is capable of. Here's, for example, a networking scenario through the serial communication for the computer, which has already been tested and works fine if you want to network more than one computers together. And so many other things: a printer port, an external EEPROM, an embedded programmer for updating the firmware of the computer, and the procedure here, a battery-powered power supply, a SCART to composite video or S-video adapter, which would be useful for the people living in countries where they don't have a SCART connection to their TV. So this is a very nice adapter and easy to build, which has been tested, of course. Everything in this page has been tested, as well as in other pages. And even a PS2 keyboard. This extension has been created by Wolfgang, another guy in Germany. And thank you for that, Wolfgang. And even a 3D printed case by Evelged. So you have many lots of things here. So now I should mention a few things about the CB2 microcomputer in general, which I should have probably mentioned it at the beginning of the video. But anyway, so what this is, what is the CB2 micro? First of all, it's a very cheap microcomputer. It's a complete microcomputer. This means that it's standalone. You do not need the PC to program and to program it and display, and you just hook up a PS2 keyboard or a USB keyboard with a PS2 adapter, and you hook up the SCART to your TV and to this microcomputer, and you are ready to go. You do not need the PC to start programming on this computer. although you can load programs from a PC and to the PC through the serial port of this computer. So it's a standalone, no need to a PC to program and display. It has 16 foreground and background colors. PAL and NTSC is both supported, and the main port as it comes as a kit form is the TV SCART port, and H-Sync and V-Sync signals are applied are available from the pads onto the PCB, so you can use it. You can use these signals to drive different monitors, and it also features a black and white composite video output through a pad onto the PCB, and so if you don't want to build any adapter, at least you can operate your computer in black and white composite, grayscale composite, okay? So if you want color composite, you have to build this adapter I have mentioned before from the extensions, the color composite to video or video adapter, or you can buy a commercial SCART to HDMI or VGA adapter. Just make sure that if you buy one, that it supports color. It has the pins, the RGB pins from the SCART connector to support color. It has a basic sound with envelope and volume adjustment. As I said before, it accepts PS2 keyboard or USB keyboard with an adapter, and I should say some USB keyboards may not work with an adapter with this computer. Basically, the adapter is just a wiring. It doesn't have any circuits inside.